We ain't got it. We broke.
Hello again, viewers. It's your boy Phil Chard, aka Flynn Floss, the big boss, baby, aka Feeds Up P, aka Sexington Lovu, aka Shamari, Ditengero Drink, aka DJ Mkarad, and we are here in South Africa. Once again, Dan could not be with us because he does not have a passport. Shame to him because I'm here with the beautiful Sofaya. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm good.
And thank you for the compliment.
Oh, yes. It's what I do. It's what I do. And besides being a beautiful woman, you're also a very talented singer.
Thank you.
We actually met last month at the radio station and you were dropping some very, very slick vocals.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
think I knocked your boy out there.
So yeah, I've basically been hearing a lot. Like a lot of people have been telling me like, this Sofaya girl, she's amazing. You got to sit down with her. Excuse me. So that's why we're here now. Why don't you just give our listeners and viewers a little rundown of who you are as an artist and what your journey has been like so far?
Okay, so as an artist, I'm almost a perfectionist. I'm not there yet. I think it takes a lot of money to be a perfectionist. Okay. So that's why I'm not there yet. But I'll get the money out of Sony eventually. I'm all about putting up a really good show. Mm-hmm. I think entertainment is so much more than just what we've been doing, which is singing, so you sing or you just rap, you jump up and down on stage. But for me, it's part of my artistry is the performance. That's the most important part, which is lights, cameras, dance, acting, all in one with singing. As much as singing is my core and that's what I do, but I express it in the manner of entertainment as a whole. So yeah, that's who I am as an artist. I'd like to think that I'm very creative, but I don't want to take all the credit. I do work with a really good team, really good producer and writers. Yeah, and as a person you asked.
Yeah, you're basically giving us the overview, the synopsis. We want to delve deeper into it. Who are you as an individual? How did you start in music? When did you start singing?
Ask the right questions and you'll get the right
This is what we're doing now.
Okay. Well, I started singing from church. Mm-hmm. I started singing praise and worship. My grandfather's a pastor. My uncles are all pastors. My aunts are married to pastors. I think the only person who didn't marry a pastor was my mother, and how she created the rebel in me. Yeah. So I decided. I actually worked for a corporate for Sasol for about 4 to 5 years, and the MD heard me sing at one of the corporate events once, and he said, "What the hell are you doing here? You shouldn't even be here." He actually wanted to fire me. Like, you should not be here. If I had your talent, I would, I don't know, tour the world. But it's not as easy, We all come from challenging backgrounds, and you can't really just follow your dreams from anywhere, So eventually I decided I'm not going to continue working for everybody else, which was my family, and I had to just make tough decisions and quit. I just up and resigned from work, went and I got a scholarship with Gibbs, and I studied business. And the reason was so that I can turn my music into a business and not just fun, fame, glitz, glamour,
But that's fun.
Got to make money too. Yeah, but money is important. Money's fun. Making money is fun. So yeah, it was important for me to do that. And so that's where I come from in terms of how I started. Okay. But I've been singing forever. I think I've been singing since I was in my mother's stomach. But I just can't recall.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
The overlying theme of this show is inviting famous people or talented people on the show and then finding ways to fleece money out of them. Because as you might have noticed, Dan and myself are very broke. So all you're saying here is very, very enticing because you seem to know a lot about business. So how can we work together to earn money for ourselves?
Oh, don't fleece money from me. You mean like...
Even if we're hustling someone else, as long as you facilitate some sort of finance, we'll be fine.
Gee whiz. I can only answer that question in my craft. You know, how I intend on fleecing money out of corporate.
Yeah, so do you need an assistant? Do you need a back rubber? You know, maybe someone to get your tea, make sure the water's at the right temperature, pull all the green skittles out of the bowl. If you need someone, I'm that guy. That's me.
No, I don't need that. Hopefully, very soon I'll need a driver, maybe, or a bodyguard.
Yes.
Yeah, then I'll call you.
That'll work.
Yeah.
All right, back to the music. You got your job. You decide to quit. You start starting business.
Yeah.
How do you start pursuing your own career?
Mine, I always say that it really was divinity. You know, it was godly for me. My producer and personal manager was a friend of mine that I'd met I think about 8 years ago, and we never connected for 7 years after that. So we broke connection somehow. We lost connection. And I came out of church once and I'd completely given up on singing. I was singing at church. I was like all about the gospel, you know. And I came out of church one day and I was sure I saw him sitting at some Chisanyama place. And couldn't recognize him, so I passed, and I kept seeing him every Sunday, and eventually he saw me as well, and eventually I said hi, and we reconnected, and we did a drink or two, and he didn't understand why I wasn't famous yet, you know, and why I wasn't doing what I believe I was born to do now, you know, and I just wasn't in the right space personally, spiritually, my family, and just everything that was happening around me. I wasn't in the space to even pursue a dream. I think I'd actually forgotten about me having a dream. I was fine where I am, just as long as I'm alive, breathing, kicking, and it's fine. And I still today attested to him. He pushed me and made me realize that I actually wanted to do this. This is what I've always wanted to do. I just forgot it. Along the way, life happened, and yeah, I lost the dream, but he brought that back, and he believes in me more than I believe in myself. He really does. And so how we ended up here, how I ended up actually being an artist and actually making music and getting signed, was also because of him. He wrote a song called My Boo. And he leaked it, and first day it had like 300 downloads. I didn't even know about it, and I went to a party one day and somebody's telling me, we heard your song, oh my gosh, you sound like this person or you sound like that person. Don't want to mention because I don't like sounding like somebody else. And the song got to Lindelani Mkhize of Joy Celebration. It got to I cannot remember for the life of me, but nonetheless. And that's how the journey started. And then he realized we should actually take it serious. We should go into commercial music, but we didn't know how to. He didn't tell me about it. We then made another song, right? Called Love in Soweto. Wrote the song, didn't mix it, didn't master it, just recorded it home studio. He resigned from work, took his package, bought equipment for a studio so I could record. And we focused on doing that. And he took that one song one day and we walked straight into the gates of Sony. And he had known one of the A&R ladies or something like that called Maria. And he got to the reception and lied and said, we have a meeting with Maria. And because there was no electricity, because we've been going through the whole ESCOM thing, shutting down electricity, darkness.
Shout out to ESCOM.
Yeah. They couldn't check if we really had a meeting. So the receptionist was so apologetic. I'm so sorry, there's no electricity, it's raining, I can't get hold of her, I can't check your meeting, and everybody's gone. And she rescheduled the meeting without Maria knowing. And we called Maria. She said, look, I don't know you guys, so you have to send me a demo. And Tammy literally said to her, if you don't grant me just a meeting, I'm not saying sign her, give me a meeting. If you don't do that, I'm going to take her straight across to Lindelani Mkhize because he's been wanting to sign her at Universal. And she said, okay, just send me the song and I'll listen to it now. Forget the demo, because he was refusing to send a demo. Sent the song, one thing led to another. She was totally excited about it and we came in.
This is the unmixed version.
Unmixed version. I actually got signed based on one song.
Oh,
Don't
wow.
try it at home.
Right. And that's the song you guys are pushing now, right?
No, that's the song that we released first.
Mm-hmm.
But look, it's trial and error. You learn. You also know what radio wants, doesn't want, what radio thinks the people want, and so you kind of also adjust your music to that, but still keeping true to yourself. So we released Love in Soweto first. Did quite a little bit of stuff. British Embassy. We did shows. We did performances. It was on radio, listed on a few radio stations, but it wasn't too successful. For me, success is not something. You don't know the song, right?
I do. I actually know the
You
song.
do know the song.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
My mom was a domestic worker. Dad was a gardener.
Kitchen girl. Yeah.
That's why I thought that's the song you're pushing now, because that's the one I've been hearing so much of.
Wow.
Because the hook is what got me on that. Like that hook is very, very catchy, and the vocals are insane.
Yeah, I also think so. I think it was well written.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not the song we're pushing now. So we did Love in Soweto. That was the first song. And then now we're pushing Amagents.
That's the one with Stilo.
Stilo Makolite. Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
Yeah.
How's that doing?
Hot track, I think. I'm supposed to think it's hot. It's doing well. It's been out for 1 month. We've only 1 month. Yeah, it's been exactly a month. It's on iTunes. It's been song listed on a few radio stations.
Okay.
Can I mention them?
It's fine.
Yeah, shout out to the
as
radio
long as they
stations.
pay.
Shout out to the radio stations that did. YFM, Ukhozi, Lesedi, UJ. I'm so sorry if I forgot some of them, but yeah, really cool.
So you're doing quite well right now.
Yeah.
You're doing quite well.
For a month, I think it's good, and we're going to push that. We're shooting the video on the 4th of this month. So yeah, that should push it up quite a bit.
All right, yeah. And Stilo's quite hot in the streets right now.
Yeah.
That's a good look. So what are the plans for the future?
The plans for, let's say, this year. I'm going to release another single, hopefully for summer. Hot. Hotter than Amagents.
So it's going up tempo, more pop R&B.
It's actually not. No, it's not. It's got the 808s. It's got that hip hop feel. So we're keeping that. That's the direction we're going in. So the Amagents, a little bit of hip hop here and there, but it's a very mellow dance track, but not dush dance. So like somebody young will completely love it because of the newness that's to it. I just can't give too much away.
Please give us an exclusive.
I'll speak to my managers. It's really going to be a hot track. We're locking down the feature at the moment.
Okay.
It's going to be a hot feature. I just can't mention it because we haven't signed on it yet. And other plans, I'm going to be working with JR. We've started working together already. Questa, Yanga. And hopefully very soon, bigger names.
Well, that's kind of like a shot towards them, but okay. I thought JR was pretty big.
No, they're big. They are. No, they are. So not bigger. I mean, other big names. Bigger in terms of bigger than I. Yeah, that's what I mean.
So it looks like you're poised to position yourself very well in the scene right now, because now that I think about it, even in South Africa, a vocalist who's crossed over doing like hip hop, R&B, and now what you're saying, like up-tempo pop songs, there's no one really occupying that lane very well. There's Toya Delezi, but she's in a very unique lane, and that's pretty much
very unique lane.
Yeah.
I think it was really strategic. But at the same time, again, I think it's a divine moment for me. I think it's exactly where I'm supposed to be, just at the right time. As much as things seem to go slow, especially, as an artist, you feel like things must come already. But I really think that God almost shifted things, and I didn't get things the way that I would have wanted it to be. I would have wanted to do this when I was much younger, when I was still 18, 19. But I feel like when I look at the industry, when I look at how music is shifting to Africa and to South Africa and all eyes on us, it's the perfect time. It's like, even in terms of the ladies, I mean, look, shout out to all the ladies who are doing absolutely wonderful. You know, we just had Busi being nominated. So it's awesome. It's pretty awesome. But it's nice to be able to have created my own lane that I can run in. Because it's important. Run in your own lane and you'll be able to finish your race, because you're not racing against anybody else, you know. And you're right. When it comes to that, the one limit I've had when I speak to artists like Kwesta and Yanga, they feel like they almost reach a place where you've hit the roof, because you're only rapping, so you have to be creative in that. I sing, so I can jump into a little bit of rapping, I can flow here and there, and then I can hit nice little soft notes with singing, but then I can do a track and just completely blow it out of the water. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice to have that place where I don't have to stress about having to compete with other people, but rather having to compete with myself. I'll do myself. So in what I've done already, I need to outdo that and outdo that. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
Last question. You mentioned that pretty much everyone in your family is either a pastor or married to a pastor.
Yeah.
How do they feel about you doing secular music?
My family's very supportive. Well, my mom is very supportive of what I'm doing. She does believe that my place is in the kingdom of God. You know, I'm called for that. I believe that I'm called for something greater to serve. But that's why it's called greater, because you don't arrive at it now. You don't arrive at it today, tomorrow, the next day. It's a process. It's a journey. I have to pass where I'm passing now before I become the woman I'm going to become, to be able to even serve. I think this is part of my testimony. This is part of when I get to where I'm going in the kingdom, I'll be able to talk about where I was. I'll be able to talk about the things I've done. See, the thing is, I feel, as much as the question, obviously, them supporting me or not, well, how they feel about me going into circular, I think it's just because we've all created this, and we haven't created it. The industry has created and proven that there are certain stigmas that are attached to going into commercial and this industry, as opposed to when you're a child of God, or when you're saved, or whatever the case may be, when you're spiritual, whatever. But I think that's just putting limitations on this person we call God. Because if you can be a comedian, if you can be a cameraman, if you can, for me, that's already serving God, because you're doing what you were supposed to do with your life, and just make sure you do it well. Make sure you blossom in whatever you do. And for me, that's already giving glory to whomever you serve, whomever you see as a higher power. So I try to close my ears and my eyes and not see all of that. People say this, people say that. Oh, you're supposed to be a church girl. Oh, you're supposed to be that. Yeah, I'm just reaching for the stars. Doing what I believe I'm supposed to be doing. Because I have to answer for it at the end of the day. So,
All right.
Yeah.
We thank you for that testimony, Sister Sofaya.
No, don't.
We appreciate it.
Babbling on. I know I talk a lot.
No. That's what an interview's about. Okay. I ask a question, you give us interesting answers, and that's kind of how I get my viewers. So I really appreciate that, and hopefully those viewers will then go to your music.
Yes. They must go to my music. They can find me on @IamSofaya, SOFAYA. On all the social media networks, it's @IamSofaya.
All right, dope. All right, we look out for more music from you, and definitely look out for that video. We'll definitely try support any way we can.
Please.
Definitely. We will. Definitely. So thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
We broke.